Saturday, February 25th. Got the bus back Thursday. Drove up to Nebraska, to the University of Nebraska, and picked up the bus on Monday. Well, we drove up Monday, picked the bus up Tuesday morning, drove back, got it back all the way back to Florida on Thursday. Then I drove him back. They were trying to, I've never seen this before, they were trying to sell like just a public sale. I'm not sure what they sold on Craigslist or what, but they sold a couple of buses just to private parties, not through an auction. And I guess they got tired of fooling with all the people, so they put the other three on Gov Deals, and that's where I was bidding on all three. Of course, I didn't pay that for it. I only, even with the buyer's premium, it was $32.06 was the total. I think right now I've got about $800 in fuel costs going up there and back. I thought about flying, but I thought I wouldn't be able to carry a battery and a spare battery and tools and all that, so I figured maybe the best thing. And not just that, I needed to jump the daggum bus off the second morning. The batteries are bad. I mean, it sits up and the batteries go bad, so it's, you know, just something you just assume. But I had a couple of batteries and I didn't want to spend $250 a battery for new batteries. Anyway, it's got a little bit of an oil leak. I'm not really sure how bad it was. It's not anywhere near as bad as my last bus, but my last bus didn't have an oil leak at all. It didn't drip a drop all the way back from Ohio. It's very similar to the last bus I had, almost an identical copy. It's an 02 instead of an 03. The body's the same, except it appears that the bus sits down, the frame sits down lower on the suspension, so it's much lower to the ground. I haven't had any problems with the front, but I'm kind of worried about where I travel with the side panels, because I like to go off-road a lot. I like to go out in the woods. That's my primary focus, is going out in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, that's the biggest thing. It's got a scrolling destination sign, programmable. I'm just locked out of it. I've got to figure out how to break into it, get the access code, something, reset it, and I can program whatever crazy stuff I want to on there, which I'm really excited about. Well, let's do a walk around real quick. Like I said, battery problems. I unhooked the batteries just to make sure it didn't have a short. It's got these side panels. I'm guessing these held some kind of a sign that basically said University of Nebraska Shuttle or something. I think I'm gonna take those off. It's got one in the rear. I think I may keep that just for, I don't know. Hell, I may put another flashing sign up here. I don't know. It's got a little bit of rust around. I'm sure I could scrape most of this off and polish it out and paint it. Not anything real bad. It's something you'd expect. Of course, the wheelchair lift, which I rely on to get my motorcycle in. I thought I was going to open up my range, because wheelchair buses are not as common as you might think. Every school district has one or two, I'm sure, but you know, overall there's not a lot of buses out there compared to. So I thought maybe I'd get another bus that didn't have a wheelchair lift and maybe put some kind of tilting ramp on it. But I just decided I'll just wait to get a wheelchair bus, and that's what I did. Oh, anyway, I like the windows. The windows are all tinted, nice. And the windows are not school bus drop-down things, so that's really nice. Like almost RV windows, I would say. Yeah, I would say that's pretty close to RV window. Same 5.9 Cummins as the last one. The transmission is different. It's a B2000, which means it has overdrive, which is freaking awesome. Which means I can run 75 if I want to. It's got hydraulic brakes instead of, it has hydraulic brakes instead of air brakes, which means it doesn't have air in the bus. This is the only air in the bus. That little compressor right there powers the seat. And it's got a traditional pull lever for a brake. And the most awesome thing about this thing is this little retarder. The way I understand it, it works on the rear end like some kind of a friction thing, like brakes on the rear end instead of the brake pads and the wheels, so it drives that. But several settings, very cool so far, except I keep bumping it with my elbow and coming off cruise control. Cruise control, tilt, telescopic wheel. The seat sucks because I'm so tall. I don't have enough room. It's hard to get in there and it's really hard to get comfortable, but I will fix that. I'm thinking I'm going to move the seat back. The seats inside are freaking awesome. Too bad 90% of them are going to come out. The floors are in really good shape. There's a little rusted strip around the side, but that's not that big of a deal. The windows, like I said, slide horizontally instead of vertically. Real easy to operate. And this is pretty cool too. Really easy to get that out. So if it's raining, I can open the windows and don't have to worry about rain getting inside. In theory. It's got this rail here. Probably going to take half of this out because this is probably just a headbanger for me. And that's about it. It's just really clean on the inside. And wheel wells. The last one didn't have wheel wells because the bus was up so much higher. And the heaters, I'm not really sure what I think about the heaters. I may actually take a couple of those out because it really doesn't get that cold where I go, and I usually don't stay for very long when it does get cold. So anyway, I'm really excited about it. Oh, air conditioners, front and rear, smoking freaking cold, unbelievably cold. So I can actually drive without losing a gallon of water every hour. But that's my walkthrough so far. Got to figure out how to get into that sucker right there. The radio doesn't work, but I can get another radio, no big deal. Oh, 2 fully stocked first aid kits, just in case. Anyway, very excited to have it. Very excited to start pulling seats and getting it set up for my new home and hitting the road eventually. Only problem is now, spent all this money on a bus and driving it back, and now I'm almost broke, so I gotta get back to work in addition to remodeling this thing. Oh wow, I gotta be like a regular person again.